Hi loves, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. Hi, hello, my name is Loey, and today I have a very requested video. I was going to take a little bit of time off, but then I saw on Twitter that the Dear David story had a ton of edits. So I'm here today to bring you part 2 of Dear David. And if you guys want to catch part 1, I'll link it down below. It is a really interesting story. Originally, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do a second video, if I wanted to do a follow-up, but so many of you guys told me, especially after this, you weren't even reading the story because you wanted my updates. And that's so sweet. So I wanted to give you what you wanted. So here you go. This is the viral ghost story, Dear David, part 2. First off, Adam, the person who's been writing these threads, said that he liked my video, and so I'm very honored and I'm glad to be able to keep bringing you guys this story. I retweeted this, but on August 21st, Adam wrote, "All this ghost stuff has been spooky, but this past weekend was the first time I actually felt unsafe in my home." Thread. On Friday night, there was supposed to be a huge storm. In the end, it passed, but that night was bizarre anyway. Adam had also posted a photo of the sky and kind of talked about this storm a few days prior, I think. I fell asleep pretty early. I was incredibly tired for some reason. I had a dream that night where David was dragging me by the arm through an old abandoned warehouse. I'm not sure why I didn't fight back in the dream or how he was strong enough to pull me, but that's dream logic for you. It was a creepy dream, but I didn't think much of it, and when I woke up, I took a shower, and then I noticed something. I'd woken up with a huge bruise on my arm. This is really creepy to me because in my next personal haunted update, you guys are going to see something kind of similar to this, and so seeing this on him creeps me out so bad. And he literally dreamed that David was dragging him by the arm and then woke up with a bruise. Now look, maybe I injured myself the day before and my arm was hurting during the night, which manifested as a dream. There could totally be a logical explanation for it, so I brushed it off. I went to get coffee, which I do every weekend. When I walk to the coffee place, I always pass a food cart repair depot. It's always incredibly busy, especially on weekends. I've lived in the neighborhood for over 4 years and the place has always been jam-packed with carts getting serviced. But today, it was completely abandoned. The whole warehouse was totally gutted and empty. Well, almost empty. I went inside to look around because I was astonished that this place was suddenly empty after all these years. Basically, the only thing in the entire warehouse was a single green chair. If you recall, David first appeared in my green rocking chair. It could be nothing, but it's weird that it was the only thing left behind. On my way back from coffee, the warehouse had been shuttered. It's remained shuttered ever since. The chair, my bruise, dreaming about an empty warehouse and then passing by one, it gives me the creeps. Needless to say, I didn't sleep much that night. Too many strange things are happening and more frequently. So I don't know. Anyway, it was a strange weekend. For a couple of days, everything seemed normal, and then 3 days ago, he tweeted again. There have been a few small developments in my apartment, but I'm not really sure what to make of them. I just know I'm scared. Thread. If you recall, my cats usually gather at the door at midnight, but lately it's been getting earlier and earlier every night. I was almost used to routine, so when they started to cry at the door closer to 10 p.m., I was confused. They began a new routine, hover around the door at 10 p.m., cry for about 15 minutes, then wander off as if nothing's wrong. But this week, something else has been happening. Shortly after the usual cat stuff, around 10:30 or so, I start getting phone calls from an unmarked number. My entire call history for the past week looks like this. You'll notice that I answered once, yesterday. Since this has been happening for days on end, I thought it might be an automated telemarketer or something. Usually if it's an automated thing, if you answer once, they quit calling, so I picked up. I didn't say anything. I just listened, waiting for some automated message to chime in. Instead, what I heard on the other end was a peculiar electrical static sound, very similar to the static my sleep app picks up at night. After about a minute, the static stopped, and there was silence. I kept listening. I heard what I thought was breathing, but it was so faint I can't be sure. My heart was racing, so it was hard to hear. Then, just as I was about to hang up, I heard a very small voice whisper, "Hello." Something about the way they said hello freaked me out. It wasn't a question or a greeting, just hello, a flat statement. so quiet I could barely hear it. I panicked and hung up. I didn't know what else to do. I closed all the curtains in my apartment and turned on every single light. This poor guy, I feel so awful. Everything that he's going through, and he gets that call and just somebody whispering hello. I cannot imagine, after all of the haunted and paranormal things I've experienced, getting that kind of call. I would just dip out. I watched TV until dawn because I was too scared to go to sleep. I sort of feel like I'm losing my mind. If I look at each individual incident on its own, there are perfectly logical explanations for everything. But after 3 weeks of weird stuff happening, I don't know how to make sense of it at all. The only thing I feel like I can do right now is write everything down. So that's what I'm doing. And that's what I'll keep doing. Adam had a break for roughly 24 hours and then he tweeted this, and this is when I knew it was time for my update. So I moved the green chair out of the bedroom weeks ago. It's been in various parts of the living room ever since. I probably should get rid of it, but I'm not sure that would have any effect. Also, I'm going on vacation to Japan in 3 weeks, and I keep thinking if I can make it to my trip, this will all end, as dumb as that sounds. David lost track of me once I moved, so maybe if he believes I've left the apartment again, he'll leave me alone. Anyway, last week I bought a pet monitoring camera so I can keep an eye on the cats while I'm overseas. It's basically a nanny cam that connects to the Wi-Fi so you can check in whenever you want. It runs 24/7. It also alerts you to sound and movement via an app. I blacked out the company since I doubt they want to be associated with ghosts. In any event, I decided to test it out this weekend. I was away from home one night, so I set up the camera before I left. My phone pings periodically through the evening, alerting me to the cats running around and playing. Normal stuff. Then, around 11, it alerted me that it detected motion. But when I checked the feed at my apartment, I didn't see anything. So I watched the feed again. Still nothing. I watched it a third time and finally noticed something. Watch the chair. And I'm gonna put this in, but the green rocking chair is rocking so slowly, and it's so creepy. Oh God, watching that creeps me out so bad. Terrifying, terrifying. Ghost nightmare fuel. Wow. I knew it couldn't be the wind because I haven't had the windows open at all this summer. I have AC and I like to keep it chilly. It was unnerving, but there wasn't anything I could do about it right then, so I flipped my phone off and tried not to panic. About half an hour later, I got another motion alert. If you missed it the first time, like me, look above the shelf. It's a little turtle shell that I hung on the wall. Yes, I know it's weird to have a turtle shell, but my family lives in Montana and I picked it up last year at a native trading post. And then he has a picture of the turtle shell. Since I've been back home, I've been too nervous to turn the camera back on, and today has been pretty quiet. That said, I feel really uneasy. I put the chair in the hall. I hope nothing else happens tonight. This is so creepy. Wait, WTF, somebody just pointed out that one of the blue chairs in the background disappears in the second video. And I saw this and people are trying to like explain this away to him, and it's so creepy when you look at them side by side. I just went back and I checked and the blue chair is back where it's supposed to be. And he shows a picture of the blue chair where it's obviously meant to be. Screw this, I'm not staying here tonight. And then he followed up and said, wait, now people are pointing out the chair is still there. It's just the lighting. This is too much. I'm taking a Xanax and going to bed. To me, I've zoomed in on this photo like 3 times. I can't see the chair. I don't think that's a lighting thing. It's like the chair is literally gone. I don't know. It's really, really, really creepy. That's the Dear David update. I'm gonna upload this first thing tomorrow so that if I miss anything, it's not me being behind. You guys, this is creepy. I was not expecting the story to get this crazy. Yeah, it totally is. I know you guys really enjoyed this story. There is another viral Twitter thread of someone basically telling a really creepy story about a house she had watched for this old woman, and I'm sure a lot of you have probably already heard of it. Let me know if you guys want another story kind of similar to this while we're waiting on more Dear David updates. I love you guys so much. I appreciate your love and support more than I can ever express. Your kind words and comments are what get me through every single day. And I want you to know that you never go unnoticed. You mean everything to me. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for spending some time with me today. I love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.